I'm not sure exactly what age I was when I got the original PlayStation. Or whether I was young enough not to call it a PlayStation, instead name it after the only game we owned. Well, not the only game we owned, there was at least one other, but that was like an 11 plus, and I was too young for that shit. Anyway, what I called the original PlayStation was the Croc machine. That's right, the game was Croc Legend of the Gobbos, and recently I've had the urge to start playing the games I played as a child once again, and see how they stand up in today's modern society. So, I popped in the disc and loaded it up. Okay, so the plot here is pretty simple. Gobbos find Croc. Gobbos raise Croc. Croc suddenly becomes giant. And some evil guy kidnaps the Gobbos and it's up to Croc to save them. Didn't see that last part coming, did you? What a twist. Now I've got to grips with the complicated plot of the game, let's get down to actually playing it. That's what the game's for after all. Croc actually has a surprising number of moves in his arsenal. He can jump, ground pound, spin, walk, jump, climb, jump, whip, jump. Wait a sec, did I already say jump? Anyways, but that doesn't matter. It's all great and all, but by far his best ability has to be his shuffle.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
This wide variety of abilities would be great in Croc Legend of the Gobbos if the whole game didn't control like a giant steaming pile of poo. I mean, there are no camera controls whatsoever. At points, it seems like the developer's vision was to have the camera constantly behind Croc, but as soon as you turn a little too close to a wall, that goes completely down the drain and the camera can end up in pretty much any position it wants. This would be fine and all if you could fix it, but you have no control over the camera, so the only way to do this is run around a bit and hope it corrects itself. And good luck getting that to happen. What I find makes this issue even worse is the fact that even when the camera is facing you from a different angle, the game continues to control as if it was behind you. For example, say I'm trying to make a jump, but Croc is facing to the right. My reaction would be to hold down right and jump, but no, instead of doing what I'd expect it to do, he turns right and jumps off straight to his death. Real clever there, Croc. Real clever. Once I had finally managed to tame the wild camera, I got down to saving those sickly cute Gobbos, which, if you couldn't guess, is the main objective of the game. Except it isn't. There are 6 Gobbos in each level, but you don't even have to save any of them. Not a single one to progress, and there's no benefit to saving them anyway. The only reason I bothered collecting any of them was my mild sense of OCD. What makes it even worse are Gobbos like this one. I understand ones like this guy, or this guy. They're stuck in a cage, or a box, probably suffocating. But this one, he's on a 2-foot ledge. Can't he just jump down? Why does he need me to save him? It just doesn't make any sense. For the health system of the game, they take a leaf out of Sonic the Hedgehog's book, but this game was made back when Sonic the Hedgehog was actually good, so that's okay, I guess. In Sonic the Hedgehog, you collect rings. If you get hit, you lose your rings. If you get hit when you have no rings, you die. In Croc Legend of the Gobbos, you collect crystals. If you get hit, you lose your crystals. If you get hit when you have no crystals, you die. See the similarities? These colourless health crystals aren't the only crystals in the game. In each level there are 5 coloured crystals that you have to collect to unlock a bonus area at the end of the level. But the locations of these crystals varies from just plain obvious to how the hell was I supposed to see that? This purple one at the beginning of the first level was disguised as a normal crystal. Does that mean I'm going to have to collect every single crystal in every level just to be sure? That It's just tedious, game. Why would you make me do that? I have to admit, if you do manage to collect all the crystals in a level, some of the bonus areas are actually quite fun. This sheep one, for example, you have to hit the arrows to the corresponding sheep as they pop up, and I think I found the perfect technique for it.
Can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. Can't touch this. My music.
But then, there was this one. A water level as a bonus stage. That's right, they reward you with a water level. Imagine if this was a reward. Or this. This is not how it works. Water levels are punishments, not rewards. How can you not understand that? But to be fair, the good bonus levels do outweigh the bad. But that would be the case if there was only one bonus level. This one. You may have noticed there's a question mark on the side of the box, and I swear I've seen that before somewhere. But it's okay, you can't headbutt them to break them, so it's totally not a rip-off. Moving on to the enemies of the game, most of them are just reskins of the people who were with super evil guy in the opening cutscene, but there are some more interesting ones like these giant rats which appear to have big fluffy white mustaches. Or these giant things that look like worms, which are in all honesty rather terrifying. But I think the most disturbing thing is the amount of pleasure Croc seems to take in defeating his foes. Kapow! It's Splat! He's basically taunting them in their final moments of life before he slaughters them. Croc is one sick bastard. No, he's not, because the enemies don't die, they just disappear, and in a few seconds they'll reappear, just so I can kill them again. As I continued to play through the game, I started to notice that everything looking a bit similar. I was going from grass level, then cave level, grass level, 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 cave level, cave level, Wait, what's this? A cutscene? He was just introducing a boss, which I had to complete a short level to reach. You defeat him using the classic avoid his attack so he stuns himself tactics, but with him it's kind of odd. I don't quite understand how he stuns himself, he just stops functioning for a few seconds. Not that I'm complaining, it's the only way to hurt him. As usual, you have to hit him 3 times, then he sort of dies. Well, in my case, he just froze, but I don't think that's meant to happen, as I sort of got damaged just as I dealt the final blow, so I think it was just some sort of glitch. Okay, now we've defeated the boss, let's see what other non-grass zone areas await us. What? A grass level? A grass level? A grass level? Screw this! No, not playing. No. After I'd calmed down, I went back through the same old cave level, grass level, cave level, grass level shenanigans, and eventually reached another boss. This time it was some sort of mutated ladybird, once again turned giant by the evil guy. Once again I have to defeat it by dodging his attack so he stuns himself, but it makes a bit more sense this time. He tires himself out by punching too hard, so you have a chance to knock him over and ground pound on him. But what I don't understand is why he's tired out by this, but not this, or this. Best not to dwell on it considering the other boss. And this time we're finally done with the grass world. I understand that it's pretty normal for a game to have a certain type of area for the first world and then move on to another, but Croc just dragged it on for too long. I was ready to move away from the grass after the first boss, if not before. After the grass island there's 4 more. There's a snow island, a desert island, a castle island, and a weird special island, which is a combination of all 4. I could go over each of these, but not only would that take too long, it'd be a bit pointless as they were just more of the same. More platforms, more keys, more enemies, more dodgy camera angles, more crates, more gobbos, more crystals, more bonus areas, more quirky bosses, more underwater levels, more underwater bosses, just more of the same. Yes, Croc has its flaws and it's certainly no Mario game, but once I'd got past the dodgy camera angles and the repetitive first world, I actually started to enjoy it. It started to provide a reasonable challenge, an amount of variety, and most of all, it started to feel like a journey. Well, that was a bit gay. What I'm trying to say is Croc isn't as bad as it first lets on. It's actually a pretty decent platformer, and if you have a spare moment or need to kill some time, try it out or something. Guess that's a bit better conclusion. So yeah, try it out or some shiz. So this is the point where I tell you to click the annotation to watch the last episode, but that's not going to exactly work as this is the first, so I suppose you should do something else. Yeah. I guess you could subscribe and watch the next video and go to the end of that one and click the annotation there and come back here. You could do that. Or you could watch some other YouTube videos. Or be productive. That's always a good option. Well, just go do something else. I'm done here.